Divine greetings and gratitude, everyone. Thank you guys for coming back onto my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is KaSandra. I'm the witch, author, poet, and performer of Magic of Eden. I welcome you into this space, and if you guys are returning, hey family, welcome back to our sacred garden. I'm always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. The reason why I'm coming back on here right now is because I wanted to have another up close and personal moment with you, because I feel like so many of you right now are fighting against this divine feminine energy that you have, that you know that you are worthy of showing. And the reason is because you may feel like you were feminine and you were open and receptive at one point, but the reason why you decided not to be this way anymore was because you felt like you were being taken advantage of. You felt like no one understood you. You felt like you were taken for granted, or there may be some of you that were violated, and as a result of that, you needed to build this armor. You needed to allow this divine masculine energy to come out in order to protect you. And what Spirit is saying to you now is that whatever it is that happened in your past, it was not your fault. If you guys were violated in any way sexually, if you were abused in any way, you know, whether it be physical abuse or sexual abuse or mental abuse or whatever kind of abuse, Spirit is saying is that these aspects or these things that happened in your life were not your fault. The more that you resist you stepping into this divine feminine energy, the more that you neglect or reject this part of yourself, the more that you dishonor it, the more that you reinforce this need to be what you know that you don't need to be. So many of you guys right now are fighting against you being open. You're fighting against yourself. And the reason is because you don't understand. Some of you guys are afraid, may have been having extreme amounts of anxiety. You guys may have been feeling like you are just crumbling down, or you're dying in a sense. The reason is because some of you are resisting. Some of you feel like you're being forced into this next phase of your life. You feel like you're being forced into this next part of your journey. But the reason why is because a part of you knows that deep down there is a need for you to open up and to embrace whatever this is and to deflower. But you're resisting that out of fear. And the more that you submit to this fear, the more that you reinforce the fact that you feel like you need this, the more that you reinforce this fear, the harder it's going to be for you to transition into this next phase of your life. By you constantly neglecting and rejecting and dishonoring your divine feminine, you are not allowing yourself to ascend. You are not allowing yourself to grow. You are not allowing yourself to transcend beyond your pain and your suffering. And that goes against what you want for yourself. That goes against what you've been setting intention for. And that goes against who you know that you are. Who you are truly is someone that is open, that is vibrant, that is loving, that is beautiful. But the more that you allow yourself to be rigid, or the more that you add to the rigidity, the less beautiful you seem to be. It's not to say that you're an ugly person. It's just to say that for some of you guys, you will shine if you allow yourself to open up. I feel like this feels like Capricorn energy. I don't know why this feels like Capricorn energy, but there's this need for you to be very poised and for you to be very stoic. And Spirit is saying that you can take the mask off now. It's not to say that you're a bad person or that you're a terrible person. It's okay for you to enforce those boundaries, but you no longer have to do it in the way that you've been doing it. Spirit is asking for you to reinforce boundaries, but in a way that is different, because who you are stepping into in this next phase of your life is going to require a part of you to die, which is the reason why some of you guys may have been feeling like you've been dying recently. It's because a part of you is dying off. A part of you is being sacrificed for this new you to emerge. And Spirit is asking for you to honor that. Spirit is asking for you to embrace that, because the more that you embrace this change, the more that you embrace this aspect of yourself, the more you'll start to see you and your purpose, the more that you'll start to see what you're here to do. But Spirit is asking for you to be more open. And the only way that you're going to fully step into your purpose is by you allowing yourself to open up and flower, and by you honoring your divine feminine, because it's within your divine feminine space where you can be guided, where you can be led. When you submit and when you surrender to the divine and to this higher power, to this higher knowing, you'd be surprised as to how far you can allow yourself to be carried. But it's going to take the most perfect love and divine trust. You have been calling in so many things for yourself, and you've been wanting so many changes. But if you want these changes, Spirit is reminding you that you yourself have to be open to change. There's so many things that you want right now, and you will get those things if you allow yourself to open up and and to change and to allow yourself to flower, if you allow yourself to just simply be who you know that you are. The Star card, which is still sitting on my desk, on my altar, the Star card is a beautiful reminder of our openness, of our nakedness, and that if we allow ourselves to be authentic, and that if we connect with authentically, that if we come as we are, if we come barren, that the divine will see exactly who we are. Our tribes will see who we are, and then they can act accordingly. The divine can give us accordingly, because if you are constantly being in an energy that you know that you're not in, you will continue to manifest the same things over and over again. You will manifest an unwanted life. You will manifest something that is completely opposite of what you know that you are. That is the reason why Spirit is saying for you to be open to this divine change. The Star card here is Spirit reminding you that you are purpose, you are purposeful, you are full of purpose. And the more that you honor this divine feminine, the more that you honor yourself, the more you can see, the more clear the purpose becomes, and you realize that you are the purpose. All of those things that happened prior to you being in this moment, in the Star moment, was needed, because all the destruction was really there for you to see the truth for what it was. You are someone that is full of magic, that is full of power, that is full of joy, that is full of wisdom, that is just so amazing and so loving. And then your circumstances in life were not your fault. Some of them were not your fault. Others, you do have a direct role in that, but Spirit is asking for you to forgive yourself. With this Star card here, I don't know why, but it's pointing me to forgiveness. Forgive yourself for ways that you did not show up for yourself, and also forgive yourself for you overstepping and you showing up for others in ways that you did not need to, at your own expense, at the expense of yourself. I feel like some of you right now are really being called to really tune in, because there's a call. Like, you guys are feeling called to do something. You guys feel called to step out. You guys are being called to embrace. You guys are being called to strip yourself of all expectations, all roles, all masks. You are being called to take it all away and to immerse yourself into these healing waters. Healing waters is something that is very specific for somebody. Baptisms are very specific for somebody. Wash yourself clean, baptize yourself clean, purify yourself. There's something very specific about going to a river. You going to a river to become renewed, to become clean. Some of you may want to wear white. And the reason why is because white is a representation of purity. White is very angelic. It is very high vibrational. It's very pure. It's untainted. It's untouched. It's virgin. And there's this idea of a rebirthing that you guys are going through when you step into your divine feminine energy. This rebirthing is going to be so beautiful and amazing. You are going to be so happy that you allowed yourself to open up. I'm not even playing with you. I'm not even kidding. You guys are going to be so happy that you allowed yourself to rebirth. And this rebirthing is so amazing and so beautiful, because you've been seeing this and you knew that it was coming. There's something very specific about orchids as well. Funny enough, I'm like, not even kidding. Let me move this out of the way real quick. Orchids are coming through. White orchids are coming through. I don't know if you guys have been gifted any type of orchids or anything like that, but research the symbolism of orchids. I feel like if you don't have orchids, go to a flower shop, go somewhere and buy yourself some orchids, some white ones specifically, and put them on your altar. There's something very specific about those that Spirit is saying that you're resonating with, okay? It's so funny because, of course, orchids did come through in the last reading, but of course it's coming through again now. There's something very specific about orchids and you allowing yourself to immerse yourself into the beauty. Look at how beautiful and amazing and how open they are. They are so amazing and feminine, and they're just so beautiful. Not only are they aesthetically pleasing, now orchids can be a sign or a symbol for spiritual growth, for spiritual purity. And I also feel like they do represent royalty and they represent elegance. Now, I do feel like with this though, for whatever reason, is that I'm also hearing the word humility. There's a part of you that is becoming a lot more humble, but also with the knowing that you are powerful. Now, you can agree or you can disagree. You don't always have to be humble if you don't want to. That's fine. But if you don't resonate with that, that's perfectly fine. Toss it out. For some of you, you are being called to be a lot more humble. And the reason is because where there is humility, there is room for more understanding. There is room for appreciation. There is room for gratitude. And I feel like that is something very powerful also that's coming through. In this next phase of your life, you are being totally rebirthed and you are being totally cleaned. You are going on a clean slate. You may be setting your intention for the new moon coming up in Sagittarius, right? And that's a whole different video. I'm not even going to get into that right now. I do feel though right now is that you are being called to embrace this more pure, this more loving, this more royal, amazing aspect of yourself, and for you to leave your old life behind. The only way that you are going to make this change is if you allow yourself to make this change. You have to trust yourself and know that no matter what, that you are making the right decision. Because what really is the right decision? Maybe all decisions are the right decisions because they're all going to lead us to the same destinations anyway. And not only that, when you are walking with divine alignment, then no matter what, you will always get there. And we all know that it's not just about the destination, it's about the journey. Spirit is reminding you of your elegance, of your beauty, of your perfection, and how every part of you is so perfect, how every part of you is so beautiful. The chaos, the organization, the symphony of you, the song of you, the painting of you. You are just so beautiful and you are meant to be remembered. And Spirit is asking for you to finish that symphony. You finish the symphony by embracing this divine feminine aspect, this spiritual aspect. You are awakening and you have to allow yourself to awaken. Because if you don't, then you will live in a life of misery. But if you allow yourself to open up, you don't have to worry about that anymore. You are being rebirthed, and your rebirthing looks so beautiful and orgasmic if you allow it to be. I really do love this for you because you deserve this. Like you've been through so much in your life. Why not give yourself a chance this time? Why not tell yourself that you are more than worthy of this, that this was something that you were born for? Let others come in to help you. Let them come in to feed you, to nurture you. While you rest, while you take this time to dive into you, because this next stage of your life is about you. And I love this for you because you are so amazing. And you can do this if you allow yourself to. Remember that you don't have to hold yourself hostage because of any mistakes that you've made. Spirit is asking for you to set yourself free. Allow yourself to open up. Allow yourself to deflower. Allow yourself to show the real you. Who are you really? I feel like this next journey is going to be so amazing and beautiful. And it's going to reflect the truth of who you are. Embrace yourself. Love yourself. Honor yourself. Honor your ritual. Dive into your ritual. These are all things that you can do to honor your divine feminine aspect. I believe in you. And I know that you can do this. I know that you've been through a lot, but this next phase of your life is so amazing. Just open up to it. Embrace it, surrender, and you will be more than all right. I love you guys, truly. And I'm always happy to spend time with you. I'm always honored to spend time in our space. I love you so much, and I really do hope that you allow yourself to breathe, to be renewed, and to be rebirthed. Because you are becoming this new version of yourself, and we are going to have to get to know you all over again. And I'm so here for that. I'm all here for a reintroduction, because that's what this feels like, a reintroduction. I love you guys. I hope that this video reaches whoever it needs to reach. I hope that you got something out of this video, and I am just so in awe with you guys. And you guys will hear more from me. I hope that you guys decide to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to be giving more messages just like this, because it's what I'm called to do. I'm called to give messages. I'm called to teach in some way. I'm called to write my poetry. I'm called to write my books. I'm called to perform those poetry. I'm called to do all these things, and I'm only showing up in the best ways that I know how. Okay? I love you guys, and I'll catch you in my next video.